Welcome to the Lakeland High School podcast from Lakeland High School in White Lake, Michigan. We hope you enjoy listening to some of the latest and greatest information about Lakeland. Here we go with the 2024-2025 Lakeland High School podcast.
Hi, welcome back to the Lakeland High School podcast. My name is Lydia Fogelman, and today I'm here with our Student Activities Director, Miss Ailes. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous. I'm so excited that you're here.
Me too.
We love student activities here at Lakeland, and we have so many.
So much going on.
You can kind of talk about it.
Well, I took over Student Activities Director, which is technically one half of the full Leadership Director role that Mr. Farpar is the other half of me right now. So he handles the during school things like the homecoming pep assembly, holiday hope for kids and stuff like that. And then I handle all the after school stuff like clubs, class officer activities, the actual dance and game and prom and stuff like that for homecoming as well. So I'm pretty involved in the after school portion, which is really where the life of Lakeland comes through, because when we're not set in our curriculums or going from class to class, that's where you really get to see what the student body is all about, and I love it so much. It's been so much fun for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that we have so many clubs that are so diverse in there. We have sports, we have theater, we have art clubs, we have literally diverse student union, or united, whatever. I've seen both.
Either one works.
You know what I'm talking about, so you're in charge of it.
I am. I could use some new members, I tell you what.
So speaking of, it's been slowly going downhill, unfortunately, despite our best efforts to get people involved. So we've been really trying to canvas this year and try and get some people interested, because 97% of our club right now is seniors, which of course makes it difficult, right? Yeah. Same energy with the LHSI writing club, although we do have some wonderful underclassmen there as well. And so we've got a wonderful to-be senior doing that again next year, I think. It might be a sophomore. Either way, even better she is.
Right. Either way, she's a wonderful human, and I'm very much looking forward to working with anyone and everyone for those clubs as well.
Should be really great. We even have a couple new ones this year as well. We got rock climbing club going, and what else is
the LHS book club, which we would love to have back again next year. That's all seniors as well, so we'll have to have some interested underclassmen talk to Mrs. Rolando. We had so much fun with that this year. One book a month, but we had a great time talking about it. And the rock climbing club seemed really, really interesting. So Mr. Hull runs that one, and he seemed like they were having a great time actually going rock climbing. That wasn't even their original intention, because money and stuff. But yeah, but else they actually started the club up. They started apparently doing, and I could be wrong on this, but I think they started doing real climbs, which is so cool. And there's so many different ways to get involved during and after school here, which I think is great.
Yeah. And the I just had it. The pickleball club, is that this year or was that last year?
I think that was last year, but it really took root, I would say, this year, just because there was a lot of figuring out where they could actually play on the courts and things like that when they started their club last year, but now they seem more solid, which is awesome.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of different there's a bunch of different activities, there's a bunch of different clubs. Do you kind of want to go through some of them and just
get them? Sure, absolutely. So depending on what you're interested in doing, academics, arts, volunteer work, there's literally something for everyone here at Lakeland, which is so cool. Some of these on the Student Activities Directory, which can be found on the Lakeland High School website, so you can go and get full information there. And some of these are more during school things, like Holiday Hope for Kids with the leadership class, and DECA with Miss Rubin, although most of DECA it is outside of class, although you do some prep work there. And that's a really, really great program. I've heard nothing but good about DECA. Same with National Honor Society. Goodness gracious, bless Mr. Carey for all the wonderful work that he does on that program. That's a really good one for gaining
leadership qualities, for gaining service hours, which is a really good student resume builder. Same with Joy Club, Junior Optimists International Club. That's run by Miss Durham, and they do a bunch of really awesome stuff around the school too, and in the local community as well. They've been donating food drive things and etc. So they do a lot of really good things in the community, and it seems like a really, really great program. So that's more of our service-based. And since we talked about National Honor Society, we could talk about the other national societies that you could be a part of as well. So if you're more geared towards technologically exploring and learning more about things, and you can maybe speak to this too, National Technical Honor Society run by Mr. Rolando is a really great opportunity for scholarships, for, again, leadership activities, for learning more about those career opportunities that you can get. Seems really, really interesting. I did a presentation on a small business last year that I have. It was from that. I just won. I made little cookies.
You did, and they were really good. I think a big thing is, well, I'm gonna totally toot my own horn, but being in NCHS, we literally meet once a month, and we have a presenter. Like a couple months ago, we had the Shanna Kate come in. She's this like lifestyle and DIY influencer across a bunch of social media platforms. We had her come in. We had my lovely sister, who is a graphic designer. She came in. Like, there have just been so many different like career pathways that we talk about. And I know that being in NTHS and NAHS, National Art Honor Society, you guys, or I don't want to say we, because I'm not in it, but there's also like meetings, and you guys will just have a lot of fun because art is fun.
It sure is. And Mr. Ignani runs it, so you know you're gonna have a great time. I mean, come on. So yeah, National Art Honor Society, I've actually gone to a couple meetings because I knew a lot of the people that were in it, I think 2 graduating classes ago or something like that. And they're consistently looking for new members as well, and they just come and celebrate their art and have a really great time with it, and make these additional projects to what maybe is kind of more outside of the box than what you would get in a traditional art class. And it's a super cool way to express your creativity, to gain this like sense of community, which is really, really cool. And that's what I feel is really powerful about so many of these clubs that we have, not even just the national ones. There's such a sense of community when you're in these after school activities, even if it's just one day a week that you're participating in something, or even once a month, like you said. You can at least then know you've got a teacher who knows you for sure. You've got a group of students that know you and will be able to support you because you've made yourself known, you know what I mean? So that sense of community is just so big, and I feel like it's so important too.
Yeah, I kind of want to touch on, you said the word celebrating, like celebrating your art. I feel like all of the clubs that we have celebrate something. Like, I'm looking at the Culinary Arts Club. You celebrate making food and having, I mean, who doesn't love food, first of all? And just celebrating just the art that is baking or cooking. And there's a Huron Valley Alliance Winter Guard. You are making music, and it is just so beautiful to be able to, that's our color guard, for those of you who don't know. It is, I love watching color guard. It is one of my, it is just, I don't know how they do it. It is beautiful. It is incredible. There's also the Huron Valley Percussion Winter Drum Line. That is
Such a dedicated group of students.
incredible. I mean, our band program is incredible. It's
So good.
you know, them working so hard to create beautiful, beautiful pieces of art, and performing is
So
just incredible. I think it was our winter drum line that actually just went to Dayton, yeah.
I think so, yes.
And it was that near my semi. They went to like semifinals, and they just did incredible. And I'm sorry if you're a part of the Huron Valley Winter Drum Line and we don't know it. I feel like such a fake fan right now. But while she's looking that up, we have
It was Dayton.
it was Dayton. Okay. and they got into like the semifinals. It was just incredible to hear about. And then also like DSU, the Diverse Students United or Union, both can changes every time. Every time I say it, it's going to change. That is sick, celebrating how different we are and how together we are and how like the same we are. So that is absolutely beautiful. The National Honor Society and Joy Club and all of our service base, even the Garden Club, celebrating what we can do as a community, and that is so beautiful.
Yes, our garden club, I think, is starting a courtyard refurbishing project so that we can have a nice space for Lakeland students, which is going to be so great. Because when the weather gets warmer, I want to go outside.
Oh yeah,
Just as much as everyone else does. So if we have a really nice place to be, thank you in advance, Garden Club. We built that.
Is it Miss Beckett, I
I
believe?
think it's Miss James's. I'm Miss James. Yes, indeed. Mo James, James. Yes, yeah. Thank you. And thank you, Miss James, and thank you, Garden Club. We are very much looking forward to that. Same with Women in STEM with Miss James. She is really just helping people to explore their passions within science, whether it's environmental or any of those areas, those technological, scientific areas. She is just allowing people to recognize their excitement in those areas, which I think is so important because, as we know, STEM is a field where they need women and they need that perspective as well. So that's really, really cool.
And on top of that, we have a couple religious-based groups. We have the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and then we have our Students Holding On to Christ. Those are both, I know Mr. Demanji does Students Holding On to Christ, and I believe Miss Johns does Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Just, again, it's just so lovely how, again, we can be so different, but we can still come together. And I know the International Academy, they have religious groups as well. I will look those up in a minute. But it is just so amazing how we as a school, as a community, can just come together and just be.
Yeah. And honestly, from what I've heard from the students who are so active in Fellowship of Christian Athletes and Students Holding On to Christ in the past, it doesn't even seem like there's any barrier. If maybe you're kind of curious about the religion or you don't necessarily follow it, you're still going to be able to find such a supportive community there, and there's no pressure whatsoever in either of those two groups, which I just love. I think that Miss Jones is doing a great job, and I know the students in FCA are doing a good job as well. I'm not sure if Shock got to run this year just because Mr. Demanji is also insanely busy all the time too, but I think in the future he was really interested in getting that revamped, so maybe a future opportunity for our student leaders who want to help out with that.
Ooh. And I think it's, like you mentioned, our teachers are very, very busy, and they still find a way to help our students just be a part of something, even if it is, it meets once a month or, it's just fun.
It is so much fun. I really, really enjoy the club meetings that I get to have, even if it is maybe a little inconvenient to have to stay after school and everybody's tired, but then you have a great time and you kind of forget that you didn't want to see after school because they're having a blast and talking about the things that are interesting to you. I think our debate club really took off this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Volunteering, which is really awesome. And I are personally, to circle back to Culinary Arts Club, I'm so excited to make lasagna with all of y'all on Monday. It is going to be so much fun.
I'm excited.
I love that Miss Keekley has decided that we should have a monthly teacher chef. Like, that is so cool that different people have been able to do different things. Like Mrs. View, our wonderful principal, made pies with the students on Pie Day. I think Mr. Perry has done one this year as well. And I think also maybe Miss Scobie, our school psychologist. And I'm up next, so I'm very, very jazzed about that. Last year we had a great time too. We made a delicious meal. Oh my goodness. It was so much fun. And actually, students from last year still email me to ask about that recipe of one of the dishes we made, which just does my heart so much good. And as you know, I'm so passionate about culinary in general, so I could probably,
food rant about that for forever. Food is food, right?
True, food is, and
join a club, get some food. Heck yeah. And have a good time, because who doesn't like hanging out with the wonderful energy of Miss Keekley?
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah, she will put a smile on your face any day of the week.
And if she doesn't, she will try. She will continue.
She will. This is true.
And she does a great job.
Even when she's having a bad day herself, she's a made human. I am very blessed to work with her and to have her help on prom and everything else.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about prom this year. It should be very fun. Woo. Very much looking forward to it. I don't think I'm spoiling anything to say that the color theme is black and gold this year.
I think that's already announced. So that should be
I
exciting.
never really know. I have so many student activities days and secrets that I need to keep and all these things that I hold in my brain. Yeah, so I'm very excited for that. And Suburban's just such a beautiful location for having prom. It's so nice. And our DJ Miss, phenomenal again this year too. We'll have the prom king and queen this year, and things should be exciting. It will be really great. I'm very much looking forward to it. And Mrs. Hokuboom and Miss Tyson have been absolutely instrumental, along with Miss Keekley, on the decor side of things. She's making sure that prom is going smoothly and great for her.
So speaking of Miss Tyson and Miss Hogaboom, let's talk about our class officers and kind of how our student government works.
I'm so glad you said something, because there is a really important meeting coming up in May. So let's talk about what this is about first. So class officers are more than just the faces of your particular grade. They are behind the scenes doing fundraising work to make sure that all of the events that your class gets to enjoy happen smoothly. There's things like organizing pizza parties, although that doesn't happen as much anymore. We should bring that back.
We sure as hell.
Tell you what.
Let's bring it back in the next month.
Right, that would be great. Before all y'all go, oh, that would be so cool. And so they're really involved in the efforts of what makes your years as a high schooler at Lakeland great. They are the ones who are selling the glow sticks at the football games and the boomsticks so that you can show your spirit. They're the ones who are the seniors did a really cool thing this year. Did big Lakeland blankets, like fleece blankets that you can have those at the hockey games or at the football games or something like that.
Or at track meets when it's 40 degrees and feels like 22. So that blanket kept me nice and cozy.
Oh my goodness. And the freshman class right now is doing an awesome salsa fundraiser, fully online for the most part. It's called Jose Madrid Salsa, and it is so good. So definitely see Mrs. LaPiccolo or one of the freshman class officers to find out more about that and how you can order, because, oh my goodness, such good salsa, independently owned small business, love to support. And so they're the ones who are consistently making things more fun throughout the school year, and then of course everything piles up to make a really good senior year and to help pay for the senior all-night party, for prom, for the wonderful activities that you guys get to experience right before you graduate. And so it really is a 4-year process of making sure that whoever the class officers are, they are dedicated, looking forward into the future, and making really good plans to make it great for everybody, which I think is really, really awesome that we do that here. Speaking of opportunities upcoming, today, Thursday the 17th, we have a wonderful Minecraft movie being shown at the Milford Cinema.
Minecraft movie.
Yes, very timely. So the Milford Independent Cinema is this really, really cute, independently owned theater, and I think it's pretty close to downtown Milford, if I'm not
Pretty sure it is. So,
and it is, as a person who doesn't particularly like movie theaters because they make me kind of anxious, I've never felt that way in that cute little homey feeling theater. And so they're offering this really great deal of $20 cash. You get to watch the movie, you get some popcorn, have a soda or a beverage, and candy too. And it seems like
where are you got to get that deal?
Really and truly, right? So it's awesome that they could organize that. In May, we're going to have one food truck per week-ish coming in.
Oh my stars.
Because as you probably know, there's been some shits on what we can and cannot be fundraising with, which has made it a challenge, unfortunately, for our dedicated class officers this year. They have been, unfortunately, really limited in their options.
I feel like we've still, like, at least from what I've seen as a student just walking the halls, I feel like I'm seeing
a new fundraiser all the time though, so that's really awesome.
I know we've really had to think creatively and out of the box because fundraisers are so easy when the food, but
Yeah.
if we can't do that as much, then we kind of got to think outside the box. Before I talk about the food trucks too, kind of just all over the place.
Nope.
We started for Mother's Day. If you have a mother or a person in your life that you want to give a gift to, the class of 2027, we're cycling back to them, has a fundraiser for Mother's Day that is wooden roses. They'll never die and they look beautiful. So right before Mother's Day, May 5th through the 9th, it looks like, although we don't have school on the 6th for you guys, then you'll be able to purchase a rose at all lunches if you would like to, because Mother's Day is on Route 11. So it's a good thing to do.
And that is our sophomore class, correct?
That is our sophomore class, yes. The class.
How about the sophomores?
And shout out Mrs. Trice and Miss Beckett for organizing that as well.
I think we should just take a second to shout out all those sponsors.
Yes, I've already mentioned Mrs. LaPiccolo, so she's doing a phenomenal job. Actually, she tackled being a class officer sponsor by herself.
We gotta choose here ourselves.
Which she is a powerhouse of knowledge, and I am grateful to have her with me. Same with Mrs. Trice and Mrs. Beckett for the class of 2027. So they're doing great stuff. They've been really, really active since they started last year. And in the class of 2026, we have the wonderful Miss Rubin and again the wonderful Miss Kikli. They're doing awesome things as well. I just realized there's a typo. So Miss Rubin, my bad, did it. I'll fix that for next year. And the senior class sponsors this year are Mrs. Hogaboon and Miss Tyson, and they have been making prom things easier for me, and I am grateful for that. Now, the senior class is the only one that's not going to have the food truck because I know, but the good news is they've already raised enough money to help. I might be over it. So, see, you're to stress about it, I know, which is awesome. So, I don't know exactly what day the senior class is planning on releasing any more information, but I'm sure we'll find out more as we go. And in terms of the freshman class food truck, they're going to be, I think, in the last week of May.
So is it one food truck per week and then one day and then one class? Like each class has a different food truck.
So since the seniors didn't need theirs, they donated their day to the sophomore class. So we will be getting the bubble tea truck twice in May, which is grandma's son art. And so that will be great for y'all. And the freshman class is bringing in Kona Ice, and I believe so is the junior class. So we're gonna have really refreshing beverages and treats all through the month of May, which is very, very exciting for all of us.
Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yes, we can hope. We can hope.
Yay, Michigan.
Should be great. It seems like we're finally gonna get some spring now, but I'm not 100% on that yet. You never know with the Mother Nature.
Yeah. So maybe one day it'll be good.
We can hope, right? I just would love a nice day for graduation. That would be real good. Because those outdoor photo opportunities are so much better than the indoor ones. So I would just love, please universe, give us a nice, beautiful graduation. That's all I really need. And we'll
So
that.
how is graduation coming? Are we
Coming along very well. Actually, all seniors. Ooh, one more thing. Yes, let's say about the class activities stuff before we move on to that, because we will have some information to share for the seniors about graduation. Okay. One more thing about running for class officer. If you are interested in making a difference here at Lakeland and want your voice to be heard as a class officer and play an active role as being the face of your class and helping to make sure that your class has the best years here at Lakeland you possibly can, we need your help. And there is going to be an informational meeting on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, in Miss Ailes' room, A304, after school, for getting some information on running for class officers. So all of our current class officers will be attending that meeting, so you can ask them what it's been like as well. And I will be there to give all the information on how to get involved and how to apply to be a class officer if you are interested. So I hope to see so many people there that we have to move to the LGI or something, because I would love to have a really great group to vote and decide and have have a great time with. So it should be really cool.
Yep. So it is May 5th after school in A304.
Yes, ma'am. And there's some flyers up around school, and I think Mrs. Hallowell has put it on the front screen as well. So that will be great.
Awesome.
Now we can talk about graduation, but I've gotten that out of my brain because I wanted to plug that a little bit.
Of course.
So we will have an informational senior meeting this next Wednesday, April 23rd, during the seminar. So that will be me telling you guys about all of the dates that you're going to need to know, from senior honors night to decision day, which is upcoming soon too, to the last day that you're going to be here in the building, to the senior breakfast, graduation rehearsal, all of the information that you will need to know as someone who's graduating Lakeland High School. You're going to find out on the 23rd during seminar next week.
Oh, it should be reliable. Goodness, that is a week from yesterday.
Yes, that is.
So it's the 23rd?
The 23rd during seminar.
That is exactly 1 month from our last day.
Oh my goodness, that's true. It will look crazy. Wait, I'm scared. You're gonna do just fine. I know it's a frightening thing. I was the same way, but I promise you,
Look how great you turned out.
hey, thank you. Wow, that's so nice. You're right though, your very last day of school is May 23rd. That's your senior breakfast day program. Ooh, very exciting. So technically your last full day of school is the 22nd. And then on the 23rd, you come in for the senior breakfast, go into the CPA, watch the wonderful senior slideshow, which if you have senior photos and maybe even some baby photos, send those to Miss Hales. We're going to have a guest stew at the senior breakfast. And also have a very formal, nice senior slideshow in the CPA afterwards. So send me your photos. I can use those.
Yes. And there's even, I believe, a very special video honoring one of our, I want to say old classmates. One of our classmates.
Former classmates, maybe? Kinda. He's still in everyone's hearts.
Yeah.
Yes, there will certainly be at least a portion of that video giving some honor to our wonderful Joseph. Just like we did with Jordan last year. We're really trying to remember those people that we wished were with us. Yeah. And actually, I believe that we're going to have a small table at prom set aside with some photos and remembrances. So that's a really good thing too. And I know that we're doing something for graduation because, of course,
Yes.
it's a shame.
But anyways, on that note, is there anything else that you would like to talk about, discuss, share?
I'm just really excited to see the seniors enjoy themselves and graduate and have a great time. I cannot wait to give that little gentle nudge to walk across that stage because I am one of the last people that you're going to see before that happens. And I'm jazzed to hopefully get some good class officer turnout. The years where you unfortunately will no longer be here, and then
Hey, bye guys.
all of this will happen great as well, because as sad as it is to see you guys go, I also got to think about what happens next.
When one door closes, another door opens. And
So,
when we leave, you get the class of 2029. Wow, that's crazy.
that is crazy to say. Oh my goodness. I just hope every senior knows if they're feeling a little panicked right now, or even if you're not a senior and you're feeling a little panicked right now, it's gonna be okay. Yeah. Life gets hard, and sometimes life is really good and really bad just at the same time, and it's absolutely bonkers, but that's what makes life great, because then you get to have those experiences you never thought you would. You meet people that you never thought you would, and as long as you are consistently trying to make yourself a better person and to learn something new every day, as cheesy as that sounds, it's all gonna be good. The good that you put out into the world will eventually come back to you, even if you have to slog through not so great stuff for a time.
It's okay. And hey, some of those good memories might just happen in some of our student activities or clubs or sports.
Sure hope so. Oh my goodness. That very good tie-in.
That was a nice little plug. Yeah, love that. That was top-notch thinking right there. Well, as much fun as this has been, we do have to wrap it up because I gotta go to your class and do a presentation.
That is true. Yes, indeed. Job shadow day, or job fair day.
Job fair day.
Oh boy, last one. Well, it has been so much fun doing my first ever podcast with you.
I'm so glad that you came on. I miss doing this and having you be my comeback episode.
Hopefully, I'll be able to do it again sometime.
I hope so. Well, thank you guys for listening to the Lakeland High School podcast. My name is Lydia Fogelman, and I'm with Ms. Ailes, and we will see you next time.